about insecurity and also the involvement of international, agencies and nations. United States government presses action. Federal government of Nigeria vows to track bandits, and President Trump is also calling for peace board. Insecurity has been around for a while, and the federal government is now saying that they are accelerated, move to track this bandit. But the United States government is asking for more. That the federal government needs to accelerate on, effort to ensure that, this issue of insecurity is, if not totally eliminated, reduced to the barest minimum. But the U.S. president is also calling for peace board at this particular period, because they believe that it is not only, facing them, guns, exchanging of bullets will only end this matter. Also, sometimes, conflict resolution and also can do a lot of things. Now, with this, let's start from the federal government plan to track the bandits. How effective do you think this will be, and how much of expectation? How much of expectation do you have in terms of this promise, and also how will it help at this level that we have?
No, it's so unfortunate. Even though I don't have much anything, it's still in the realm of allegation, But most people believe that the level that we have found ourselves concerning this issue of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, or what have you, has been a source of self-inflicted problems concerning Nigeria. And it has done a lot of havoc to our economic well-being. The food shortages that we seem to be passing through, the level of fear that people live in, have been as a result of this development. But however, with the federal government now taking a posture that we want to put this seeming embarrassment that has been simmering for about 16 years now, because it started around 2009, that they want to put an end to it. Even though they can only reduce it, for now, they have to take an holistic measure. And when I say an holistic measure, yes, they have been taking for too long the issue of approval or the issue of agreement among the various subnationals and the federal government on the issue of having state police. This is one step in another direction to arrest the situation, because there are several ungoverned spaces in Nigeria that when you try to fight these bandits in this area, they find opportunity to go to another area, because the boots are not too much on ground. We have the number of police that we seem to be having is about 500, 400. How about the Nigerian army or the military? They are not up to 1 million. So with the porous borders that we have with our neighbors, where these people are coming from, these are major problems. However, with the seeming assistance, cooperation that we are getting from US now, I think we should be heading somewhere. And again, we need, as we are getting US support, we need to press it on US that this issue is not a religious matter. Because I still had Trump, when he was speaking in Davos yesterday, World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, when he was speaking on the inauguration of a peace board that he wanted some people to join, he was still saying, US, we are fighting in Nigeria now to rescue Christians that are daily being killed in that country. Bandits or terrorists are not fighting a particular religion as it were now. So that issue of name calling must be fought must be brought to the attention of the US, that issue is not an issue of Christian and Muslim, so that they will not raise what is happening in Nigeria into religious affairs. that we seem to be having in the Middle East for so long a time. Because when you see the issue of religion, when it is raised to the plane of war, it will not be that easy. And then again, I want to encourage the federal government to call on board all the state government. It is not good a thing when the federal government is pursuing a situation of no, we are not going to negotiate. We are going to do whatever is needful for these people, because they have been degrading and destroying our people with the nature of with abandoned recklessness. And therefore, a state, say for instance, Katsina State, they still say they are going to release some apologetic, what do you call it, bandits. You know, they say they are still negotiating with them. Why? You know, and the Minister of Defense says, no, don't do this, we won't do this. These are contradictions. We must be on the same page in order to fight this battle, because of the docility that we have faced in the previous regime, that there was no much work put upon these people. They have had the privilege of entering so many of our government spaces. Now you see they are moving in a way to Oyo. You recall that the reserve park, you know, in Oyo, about 2 weeks ago, we had some people were abducted. Same thing in Kwara State. And before you know it, you will find out that almost every part of the country are now having this. We are just fortunate by His grace that Southwest is still a place that everybody is still referring to as the most peaceful. And I believe that with what they are doing now, the tempo of the attack on these good for nothing people should be hastened, because if you say you are not doing the needful, you fight one day, you take a break another day, these people have taken over.
Well, the issue of releasing of apologetic repentance, just that the way they put it. Bandits. You know, we talk about kinetic and non-kinetic approach. Possibly, this is one of our approach that if you come out and, you know, tell us you are not going to do it, well, you know, negotiation, is it not part of
you are talking of stick and carrots. Stick and carrot cannot work again, as we are now. These are a set of people that you have negotiated with, not once, not twice. And this time they had the privilege of taking money. They promised you they won't do anything. And because it is their trade, they use it to amass wealth, to buy, to re-equip sophisticated equipment against their fellow human being. For how long shall we tolerate that?
But, you know, that tells on, we mentioned the capacity of the Nigerian police, the military. Yes. We have state-owned security outfits. We have, you know, we even talk about sophisticated weapons. How does it come in? It's like we are looking at fighting this alone. We are not looking at, also looking at how to man our borders, to ensure that some of these things they use, because if you pay them, even if they abduct people, they tell the family to pay ransom, they will still use the money to get ammunition. And I'm sure that many of these ammunitions is not circulating, is not within the country, possibly from the neighboring countries. So how does it come in? But basically, we have a lot of state security. We have even the one that they will call the
question to us, those state security that you are saying, are they empowered by law to carry arms? These are one of the things we have to review within our security.
But they have to review. Part of their work is.
And I've mentioned the issue of boots on ground. What I meant by that is the fact that we have to have more men on ground, as well as deploy technology. Thank God the one that the military are doing now in Timbuktu Triangle, the Lakeshide area now. They are using drones to arrest these people. We need to, intensify the use of latest technology and acquire better ammunition or equipment.
But do you think we are doing well in the area of intelligence gathering? Should be one of the things that some of this state-owned security officials should be doing. Why? Part of their objective, or that was the reason why they were established. When you listen to many state governments or governors talk about, the role of this security office is to provide intelligence for police. Is it that they are not doing, or the police is not making enough use? Because there's still kind of a gap that I'm not
comfortable with.
Nobody's explaining.
Let me just say this. I might not be in a position to assess the level that we seem to have, even in the area of intel, because I'm not in the military, but all what I want to say is this: there are saboteurs. Look at what happened just some few days, maybe about 2 or 3 days in Kaduna, where a number of about 106 or thereabout were again abducted in Kajuru, area. People in their various homes, in a number of villages, they were just abducted by these good-for-nothing elements, and we were reliably told that security or surveillance was on up to a particular time, and after some time that security surveillance was withdrawn, and it was the period of that withdrawal that those bad elements used to go and do their havoc in that area. So who gave the instruction? The same thing happened in the Niger situation. The same thing happened in Kebbi. But the question most people have been asking, yes, I'm so sorry to say that this thing has been so much pronounced within the northern side. But we have to, and people are saying, is it not political? We should begin to look at that area too. Because most of the things that we do in this country are largely on political grounds. And that is why I keep on telling people that once we get our politics right in this country, every other thing we get will be in place. Because economy cannot be driven in an unhealthy political environment.
A lot of people also talk about, bringing those financiers into book. I mean, names have been mentioned. We've seen allegedly, some name published that these are those. How many has, people will not ask how many of these people have government really tried? How many have faced, justice if after being tried? But that's another topic for another time. But let's talk about the peace board that the U.S. president is proposing or calling for. What do you think this will achieve?
It's unfortunate that the present leadership in the United States of America is having rough with almost every part of the globe. And I don't know what the Americans are saying concerning him, because he has largely brought America into an isolationist path, in which he's trying to isolate America from the rest of the world. You can imagine, he was saying about 2 weeks ago or a week ago that America is withdrawing from about 66 multilateral organizations in which he paid for. He has withdrawn from USAID, he has withdrawn from UNICEF and all those things. And because he was not giving the Peace Prize last year, he thought probably with his having a peace board that will cover or give consolation to what he wanted to do. And he was even saying that peace board, anybody that wants to join must contribute $1 billion. He invited Putin. Putin rejected him. He has written to Canada. I don't know what Canada has said. He invited Ukraine. Ukraine has responded that it's not interested. UK has responded that it's not interested. It's only some Asian countries that are going along with him in that part. But the issue is it not contradictory to the United Nations? What is he up to? He has only maybe 3 years to go. Politicking will soon come in another 2 years. I don't know to what extent, the Americans will tolerate him, even though from public opinion polls that we had, it is not as if he's having it fine in America too.
Well, I think we have a theme for this topic to show before we move to the next one, but we've really done justice. We've talked here, deliberated more on this, and we still have some time. But let's move to the next topic because of time. Let's talk about the Supreme Court verdict on the trial of Hamza al-Mustafa. Supreme Court of Nigeria dismisses Hamza al-Mustafa's trial in Kudirat Abiola's murder. It's been on for years, and yes, the case has now been put to rest. We have a clip for that as well. Let's watch briefly. We'll be right back.
Advancing religious freedom and security will help the United States and Nigeria to enhance the reciprocal benefits of our relationship, solidifying trade and economic deals, degrading terrorist groups that threaten our interests, and strengthening health responses, among many other areas.
Our counter-terrorism postures and situational awareness across multiple theaters of operation have seen improvements, particularly in the Northeast, under Operation Hadinkai, as well as in the Northwest and Central Nigeria under Operation Fasan Yamma. These engagements have moved decisively beyond dialogue to action. They have supported improved target identification and operational fidelity, strengthen joint planning, and enable more effective disruption of terrorist networks and transnational criminal elements. These efforts have resulted in the neutralization of several hundreds of terrorists like never before.
Sorry for the mix-up. Yeah, actually, we can still, the U.S. meeting, U.S. government meeting with the federal government representative, which you saw the security advisor, Nuru Badu, meeting with them. But I think according to reports, it was a very good, fruitful talk, deliberation they had yesterday, and it seems that we are heading somewhere. Looking at, we from some angles, the people are saying, do we really need, the international, the foreign countries to help us on this issue of insecurity? But one way or the other, with the body language and the action of the U.S. government, I think, we might say this should end, maybe not very, very soon, but soon if possible. I don't know if we have a reaction to.
No, it's just in the same line that we have been talking. Yes, federal government has been doing well in recent time concerning fighting the issue of insurgency that has that has affected us for more than 1.5 decades now. You see, it is good a thing that Nigeria has worked it out with U.S. despite the fact that the leadership in U.S. has been fighting on every form of arsenal against many countries, and people have been saying, we don't know how the president has been, making his way with U.S., but it's a good development that we are seeking out for help rather than getting seated at home and relying on the little knowledge that we have. So, and it is not just the meeting of minds with US. It also embraces a platform they call AFRICOM. You know, it's a platform in which the African community, you know, embraces, looks for a way to get empowered in form of security aid from US. You know, that was the platform they used to gather intelligence, even with what the last strike they had in Nigeria, I mean US. So it's a good development, but everything they have sat down to discuss. Let's see how it translates to fruitful dividend for the security or for securing this nation.
Well, that is that is for the U.S. and the federal government move to end to tackle banditry. We've already talked about the next topic. Let's